Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live Monday, January 19th. You can catch us live on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. check out that Twitch handle at dfrizzy_frizz5. Also, if you're only watching part of the show live, catch the whole episode on podcast. Apple, Spotify, all of those good places. We are talking all football today. We just concluded the AFC divisional round, so there were 4 excellent games over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. And we're here primarily to recap them, go over what happened, what's next for all the teams, and maybe look ahead to the AFC NFC Championship game. But first, I'm going to bring in my co-host, D Frizzy Frizz, who apparently didn't have the day off like everyone else. Sorry, D. So he is full of energy as usual. D, what it do?
Happy Monday, man. Happy freaking Monday. Tired as a motherfucker. Everybody's got the day off except me. So lucky you guys. Lucky you guys.
The rare Monday that feels like a Sunday.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad that the girls got to stay home. So it was fun to be able to still kind of work and see what they do, because it's weird because they're just getting older and being able to a little bit be more independent. Be like, hey, like 2 years ago, if they got sick and they had to stay home, I had to take the day off because like I can't work and go back and forth with like a 3-year-old chilling on the couch, like potentially throwing up. Now 5 and 4, you can be like, hey, just go stay in there, watch something, don't fight each other. And literally how it was the whole day. So wasn't bad. It's still exhausting going back and forth, but it wasn't bad.
That's not bad at all. I have a question for you. Jump. It's random. How do you feel when you're pulling into a parking lot, at the mall, grocery store, whatever? Are you the type of person that will kind of chill and like look for, like, let's say it's a pretty busy parking lot, there's like not many spaces. Are you the type of person that will kind of like peruse and like wait to find like a decent spot or a good spot? Or are you just like, I don't care what's the worst spot in the parking lot in the far back, I'm just parking and walking?
Parking and walking.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
My wife's opposite, drives me crazy.
I hate that. So I drive a truck. So like I don't care. Like I need the space. So like I'm parking away from people. My truck's older now. It's like 10, weird to say, but it's like 10 years old, probably 11 or 12 actually. And I've had it for a very long time. When it was brand new to me, I wasn't parking near anybody. Like I didn't want nobody dinging my shit. Like just like, oh, oops, none of that. 10 years later, like scratches happen, dents happen. So it's like whatever. But I enjoy not being next to another car and them finagling and then boom, hitting my door. And I'm like, dude, you got plenty of space. So like there's strategy behind it. If I'm going to the grocery store, always park near where the carts go. Got to have kids, carts, space to be able to bring a cart back really quickly. But anywhere else, it's usually just far enough where I don't have anybody to the left or to the right of me.
Well, the only reason this came into my mind was I was going to the gym today and I was like infuriated because I got stuck waiting for someone with their blinker on, waiting for someone to pull out. Like, and the person was not even like ready to get out of the spot. And I'm like, bruh,
go
it's the
find
gym.
someone. Yeah,
it's the gym. Like the point of you being here is to get exercise, and you don't want to like walk an extra 30 feet to like go to the open spot. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? It drives me crazy, man.
I could only imagine. Yeah, that probably would have sent me. Definitely.
All right, enough dilly-dallying today because there's a ton of football. And you know how we do. We're like, we'll do a 10-minute segment. It's 45 minutes. So let's jump right into the games.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Bills, Broncos. Broncos pulling out a thriller in OT to knock out the Bills. D, I don't know where you want to start with this one. I will let you take the floor, though, because there's lots to talk about this game.
So I'm going to say when the clock struck 0 and the Broncos kicked that field goal, I texted you right away. I texted every group that I was in, and the noise of the talk about Josh Allen better be as loud as it was about Lamar Jackson. And what I mean by that is all this talent, stop with the excuses and just come to the conclusion that he can't get the job no matter what. And like since it's been 2 days removed, I've kind of calmed down. Josh McDermott was fired. Knew that was going to happen. Just you got to put the blame on somebody, and it's always going to be the coach. It's not going to be the player. But this game just showed me that there's Mahomes, and then there's everybody else. Like Josh Allen is in the same group as Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, the second tier quarterbacks where you are not the guy that can get the win when you need to get the win. I guess Stafford has won a Super Bowl, so maybe not put them there. But Burrow, Lamar, and Josh, they are second fiddle because these guys get ample opportunities against inferior opponents. I don't care that the Broncos have the great defense. Their offense is suspect. Bo Nix is hit or miss, right? He's not that type of guy yet. Josh Allen had a chance to go out there and win it and not have to face Mahomes, Lamar, or Joe. And he turned the ball over 4 times. Like we saw the Josh Allen of 8 years ago where people were like, oh, he's got Brett Favre mentalities. He's going to get you 500 yards and get picks, but like at least you get a chance to win. Now it's detrimental to the team because this is a chance for you to go to the AFC Championship against either a dinged up, Houston Texans team or a decently hot, but you have played and beat them New England Patriots team. And you couldn't get it done in Denver. So like I'm sick of putting him up there as like the best quarterback in the league. I said it at the beginning of this year, and I got to take it back now. End of the game, who do you want on your side when it comes to a game-winning drive? And I was like, I'll take Josh Allen because he was hot. I don't think you can do that anymore. Like you just don't know what he's going to do when it comes to holding the ball on too long, trying to extend the play. That fumble that he had was one of the dumbest fumbles I had ever seen. Or he just throws into random triple coverage, and you're like, this isn't what the best quarterback in the league is supposed to do.
I think the criticism is fair because he didn't do what he had to do to win the game, right? 4 turnovers. The fumbles are the concerning thing, not taking care of the ball. Those are easy ones not to give up. I do want to say, like, I don't think this team was going to be a no-brainer Super Bowl team anyways, because, like, you look at the roster around Josh Allen's not good. That's not making an excuse for him.
Oh, don't then, please.
No, he has.
You want to know what? No, you want to know why I hate that? And see, this is why I'm going to get pissed. Go ahead.
Like, two things can be true at the same time. Like that roster sucked, and the reason why they got to as many wins as they got to. Let me finish before you get all upset. The reason why they got as many wins as they got this year and made it to the divisional round was because Josh Allen is awesome. But at the same token, like, the playoffs are unforgivable and you can't make mistakes. And that's where we have issues. Because, like, if your team's not going to be excellent around you where, like, you can afford mistakes, then you have to be goddamn near perfect as a quarterback. And we've seen in the past, like, that happens with Josh Allen. Now, I want to defend him and say, like, it's tough when you're like, oh, he can't win you the game. Like, we've seen it year after year where, like, he's been in positions and won big games.
Has he?
Did he not lead the team down to beat the Ravens last year? Granted, the Ravens probably should have won that game, but he put them in position to win the game. And then they changed the overtime rules a couple of years back because they gave Mahomes, like, 14 seconds on the clock or something, and they won the game. Like, in those situations, he was excellent, and Josh Allen could have won the game against the Chiefs and put them in position to win against the Ravens last year. That being said, though, like, this year in this particular instance with Josh Allen, his mental lapses, especially as a runner or holding the ball in the pocket, cost them the game because that team is not excellent around him.
I seriously hate the team is not good around him excuse.
Do you think it's not an excuse? I'm saying you have to be damn near perfect to have a bad team and go to the Super Bowl.
No, nope. You want to know why? So hear me out. There's a lot of people that have been defending how the Patriots played. I know it's a different team, but hear me out with this one. How the Patriots have played decent teams. And the Bills have been talked about as that, where if you look at them statistically, their defense is ranking as a top 10 defense. So follow me with this one. Their running game, statistically, best running game in the league. Their red zone offense, where they adapted a similar play style to a Philadelphia Eagles with the tush push. We saw them score from the 5-yard line off the tush push against the Jaguars. Is one of the best in the league. They built their team to be like the Eagles, and Josh Allen had more turnovers. Listen, Saquon Barkley led the league in rushing. What did James Cook do this year? He led the league in rushing. You have two dominant tight ends, decent. I won't say dominant. You have two good tight ends in Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox that can get open against anybody. Khalil Shakir, and I know that the other dude didn't do Keon Coleman. I get that. But Khalil Shakir is a decent one option. What Josh Allen did was throw and have
number one wide receiver.
What I'm saying is he had more turnovers than like any Super Bowl winning quarterback has had in a playoff run. We're talking he had more turnovers than Eli Manning had on his way to beating the Patriots and beating the Packers. You can't be the guy that does that and say, I don't have the talent. Miss me with the interception that was a catch. No, make a better throw, make a better decision. Because what happened in the second quarter? You were scrambling around and fumbled the ball when there was one guy near you. Like that's the issue that I have when we want to talk about he needs more talent around him. No, he doesn't, because what did Mahomes do without Tyreek Hill? He still won with Mecole Hardman as his number one receiver. Like,
they have excellent defense here. Like, you have to,
and so do the Bills.
No, they don't. The Bills defense is not good, dude.
Statistically, they have a top 10 point scored and top 10 yardage. What more do you want?
Do you think they're a top 10 defensive unit?
I think you can't name names on them.
Throw the numbers out there.
But that's what you have to go off of. And I don't try not to argue.
And top 10 is like, maybe they are 10, but that is not a good unit.
How? If you have the best, listen, if you have the best or one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, how is having a top 10 defense not enough? How is having the number one rushing game in the league? I'm not even including Josh Allen in rushing. I'm saying James Cook led the league in rushing, like Saquon did last
lead in fumbles, by the way.
Oh, but that still happened. Like, hey, we're not talking about James Cook that put the ball on the ground 3 times. He did fumble. But Josh Allen had 4 turnovers.
Right.
Khalil Shakir had 75 off of 7 and 9 targets. Dalton Kincaid had 83 off of 6 and 6. He caught the ball. What cost them the game? Don't tell me that it's because they didn't have talent. It's because Josh Allen has these mental mistakes, and it happens every time there's a big game to have.
We're not that far off, D.
Yeah, I'm trying not to argue because I'm trying to argue about this. That's why I'm glad that we took 2 days away, because I was hot after that game.
I think you're going a little hyperbole. We're not far off. All right. I'm not saying that he's Mahomes. Okay. But like, he's right behind him.
No, he's not anymore. Go ahead.
Let me finish, please. Okay. My point is, he threw up over himself. Absolutely. My point is that, like, you have to be damn near perfect to win 4 straight games and be a Super Bowl champion. And if you have any mistakes when you're not a top defense, or your skill positions around you, the skill position guys aren't phenomenal around you, you're going to lose. You can't have any little dribble throw up. Yes. And he threw up all over himself. Juxtaposed to what Josh Allen has with the Seahawks, where like Sam Darnold can turn fucking bright October Halloween orange pumpkin, and they could still win the goddamn game because like that defense is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has to be perfect. He wasn't. And there are a lot of quarterbacks that we consider to be very good that can do this and throw up all over themselves in a big moment.
I can't. I'm with you, but I can't be with you when you say Josh Allen has to be perfect. No, he doesn't. He just doesn't have to turn the ball over 4 times in a game.
Doesn't have to turn the ball over 4 times.
That's where I'm going with.
Also, even if he's just mid as far as his performance, not throwing up on himself, no turnovers, the skill position guys are not good enough around him to win a game. He has to be excellent.
He does. I'll give you that. He
wasn't, though. I'm not defending him. He was bad.
But he wasn't Superman, and they lost by 3. Don't tell me that it's because he willed that team. No, other people. James Cook ran for 110.
He's
like
excellent.
The brother was averaging 5.5 per carry. Like, that's what you need. What do I always say? Defense and run game in the playoffs. Like, that's what you need. They had it. And dumb turnovers cost them this game. Dumb turnovers by Josh Allen cost the Bills the chance to go to the AFC Championship. There's no pointing it on anybody else.
That's fine. And still, at the end of the day, even if he threw up all over himself in this playoff game, if you did a redraft across the NFL, he would not be more than a fourth overall pick.
Of course, because of ceiling. There's way more things that are involved with a redraft over looking at who's considered the best at their position right now.
The point is,
you can't compare those two.
The point is, like, if the standard is just Mahomes, then anything else goes. Like this team, like you know what I mean?
I think I'm so aggravated because I'm so disappointed. Like this was the year for Lamar and this was the year for Josh.
Yeah.
And neither one of them got it done. And it's like we have on this show, we have talked about those two being up here with Mahomes. They just got bad breaks. Mark Andrews dropping that 2-point conversion against the Bills last year. Like things like that happen. But in a season, in a year, and they might have it next year too. I don't think Mahomes is obviously going to be back week 1. But and now you got to worry about probably the team we're going to talk about in a little bit. You got another team in your division you got to deal with now. But in the year that you had no Mahomes to use as an excuse, they showed a graphic the last 6 years. Mahomes knocked him out 5, and Burrow was the other one. Like I understand how pissed off you could be with that, but there's no excuse. It was Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. Phenomenal defense. We don't even need to talk about their offense. Phenomenal defense. But in that game, you couldn't deliver. And we are talking about the Mahomes that against that Texans defense 4 years ago was down 28-3, came back and won. Like that's why I can't compare the two anymore. Like they got MVPs, sure. Like that, you want to say that they're on the same level because of that, but Mahomes has that it factor to close and finish games. Now, he did get his ass whooped against the Bucks, historically good defense. Did get his ass whooped against the Eagles, historically good defense. So that's gonna happen.
It's not even like him. That's just the offensive line also just being.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm not gonna point it when I say like he also loses the big game because he'd be 6-0 if that's the case. Like he'd be 5-0. Sorry. Like if we were to talk about those two games that he did.
It's also where like we're giving Mahomes a pass for not making the playoffs this year too, which is like not a great look.
I'm not saying that he's giving a pass, but that team is nowhere near that. Like we said that they were a crappy roster. The only reason why we believed in them was because of 15. That was it. No running game to start. I think Mahomes was the leading rusher.
The running game was awful.
Yeah, no number one receiver, an offensive line that was, I think, swapped out a new combination of 5-man rotation every single week. And the defense not being nearly as close with the Chris Jones, who was he didn't miss games, but I don't think he played right away to start the season. I think he was a guy that like whatever camp happened wasn't contract wise, but like he didn't play right away. So like they lost Trent McDuffie. Like that team wasn't the same fresh off of their Super Bowl to defend their title. So that's not an excuse. It's just exactly what happened. And yes, you can say we kind of give them a pass, but it just wasn't the same team, including the whole thing with Mahomes being injured.
Well, I don't want to get too caught up on Josh Allen.
Yeah, this is one game.
For this
it just sucks. Like I said, I think it hurts more because I'm disappointed that like it was his chance.
Yeah,
and he fell flat on his face. And like it wasn't like him against like it wasn't a Jalen Hurts versus Chiefs loss where Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl put up 450, 5 touchdowns and no turnovers and lost. It was Josh Allen. You turned the ball over 4 times and your team lost by 3.
Yeah.
Maybe you turn it over 3 times and you win that game, but you ended up doing it 4. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what hurts the most.
What'd you think of that turnover? I think it was a Josh Allen turnover where it was like it was called an interception, but yeah, the pick that was like kind of suspect. I know the guys on the replay in the booth were like, yeah, I guess that's a pick, but like there were clips of like the receiver with possession, his knees down. Like that's a weird one. What'd you feel of that?
Interception.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Okay.
There's a view that all of your social media clicks that you guys are doing. You guys are not looking at the view that they showed in the broadcast of Brandon Cooks losing the possession of the ball when he hit the ground.
Okay.
His back hit the ground and the ball popped up. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, he caught it, went down, but when his back hit the ground, the ball popped up.
That's fair enough.
It's you, as they say with everything, you have to maintain possession of the ball throughout the entirety of the catch. And when he lost the ball, like the dude didn't rip the ball away from him. He lost it, and then the guy, like, it happened
at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it was one camera view that I was like, that's the one that you guys need to show, because people will see that he literally, when his back at the ground, the ball was off of his chest and it wasn't in his hand.
It's a lot of Bills fans selectively clipping camera angle.
The certain view from like behind, I'm like, that's not the one you need to look at. Look at the one where you can literally see Brandon Cooks lose position, because I think Cooks was like concussed off of that. Like he didn't move after the ball. Like that's
the Brandon Cooks that played for the Saints, right? I can't believe that dude's like they're dusting him off the play.
Curtis Samuel was out there.
That's wild, man. Jesus Christ, this Bill wide receiver core is rough. Sean McDermott got fired off the back of this loss.
Yep.
This is gonna be a weird stance I have on this. I didn't think he was a great coach. Like, we clowned on him for some of the shit in the past, but for me, this is just a situation of like, we're fucking mad. Let's just fire the coach. And in theory, right? Like that's cool. Like, it's not working. Get rid of the coach. But then like a week later, it's like, you get drunk, you do some crazy shit, and you wake up in the morning with the hangover. Like, shit, what the hell did I just do? Like, what are they gonna find a better coach like for next year? There's like no, like, who are they gonna replace him with? Honestly, it's better.
This is the it's weird to find somebody that gets you over the hump, and this is more of a college football type of thing. So Mark Richt was the college coach for the University of Georgia, and every year he goes that I think he's a Hall of Fame coach in the university. Like he's Ring of Honor every year, always get you 12, 13 wins, SEC championship, but he couldn't find a way to get you to a national championship. They replaced him with Kirby Smart. Similar. That's it. It's like you were so close. You were 11-1, 12-1, 13-1. Kirby Smart got you to be 14-0. You know what I'm saying? So like I understand why they did it. It sucks that this is the game that they do it for. Do it on a season that they don't make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You do it fresh off of a 3-point loss. I get that. But like, you can find there may be somebody out there that just gets you that one more win that Sean McDermott couldn't get.
Do they bring in
Tomlin?
I'm half joking. Tomlin, did you ever hear? Do you know about the contract situation with Tomlin?
Yeah, they got to trade him. He can't just sign anywhere. It's got to be a trade.
Yeah,
parted ways.
Yeah, no, I say I'm half joking, but like, this might be an interesting idea. What if they brought in Dayball?
Don't.
He's the one who was like the guru for Josh Allen. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. It'd be kind of funny.
No, the Bills need to take the route that the Dolphins just did. Go get a random offensive coordinator that nobody knows. Random coach. Go get them with no baggage. I'm telling you, these rehash coaches that go lose in one franchise and then go to another franchise and you just expect them to win. I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. So go get a random no name offensive coordinator to find a way to get just that extra win that you need as a Bill. Don't go rehash a coach that just got fired 2-3 years ago.
Or you do that and it goes straight off the rails and they're like a 9-win team.
You shouldn't be a 9-win team when you have Josh Allen as your quarterback.
Which is funny because of the discussion about Josh Allen 15 minutes ago. Let's stop talking about these losers.
Yeah.
Broncos, very gutty win.
Mm-hmm.
3-point win in overtime. I don't know where you want to start with this one. You can talk about their gameplay. I just want to start with the Bo Nix thing because that sucks, man.
That's the only route that you can go because you can't get too excited about anything that they did. They neutralized by getting the ball turned over as much as possible, the Bills. Their run game was not there. Like, no. I don't think they had no run. Yeah, none whatsoever. Bo Nix, I think, led their team in rushing. Yeah. So, like, they didn't have anything. He made some dumb passes. He did make some great passes. And then he got hurt on an unexpected area. Like, I don't even know what play he got hurt because he threw that dart to the corner to put them in field goal range, got blasted while he threw it, ran down the field and took a knee. So, like, whether he did it when he took a knee, he did it before the play he threw that touchdown, that first down pass, or the play leading to the play leading.
I think it's the one where he rolled out and threw the dart.
So that means that he did that on a broken freaking ankle. Like, that's just insane.
When he got brought to the ground, there was a replay of him.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it like mid-play it happened. I'm like,
no, he threw it on the roll, and there was the defender followed through and it rolled up on his ankle.
Gotcha. They didn't. They sure as hell played that to the vest because like they let him limp out there for putting the ball in the center, which is what threw me off. I was like, he just took a knee. Like, when did he break his ankle? He was out there for the last play.
Off the field. He like legit walked off the field with a limp. He probably thinks he rolled it or something.
Yeah, crazy.
So I
thought the notification that I got was troll.
No,
like I thought like the guy, because the guy that broke the news, it wasn't like Schefter or something like that. It was somebody else, Tom Pellisario, and I was like, "What are you doing reporting it? Like, game just ended," and I was like, "Oh, there's actually smoke to this. Oh, there's a fire. He broke his shit."
Yeah, it's super disappointing, man. Like the Broncos had an excellent year. Like that team looked legit. Our only real worry was Bo Nix. I mean, he showed up in the playoff game. He played excellent for them and won them the game.
Yep.
Because again, you said the running game wasn't there, which by the way, that kind of shocked me because if you think about last week, the Jags ran all over the Bills and the Broncos kind of made their bread and butter this year, or they buttered their bread, excuse me, having a decent to pretty good run game. And I think their running backs totaled something like 20 yards or 25 yards for the game.
McLaughlin and Harvey was 40 combined off of 10 carries.
Okay. Not good. Yeah, it's a bummer because again, you're playing the Patriots who have a second-year quarterback. That's what you're thinking you're going to be doing. Or the Texans, I guess at that point you didn't know. But now they're in the AFC Championship game. It's Jarrett Stidham, former Patriot.
And the storyline would be insane if he was able to Tahi, because he's a Broncos fan. Thought that he was on so I thought he was on the watch, we'll say that, because of the way that game ended with him being so excited and then stopped messaging after the text after the ankle thing came in. But the storyline behind how the Eagles won their Super Bowl against the Patriots with Nick Foles. Not saying that it can't happen, but this is just a tough one. This is a tough one for how high they were after this game to lose your starting captain quarterback after that. So we'll see if Sean Payton can figure out some magic. They are home, benefit to them for this. The Patriots have lost in this situation to a backup quarterback in Denver. We saw it happen when Brock Osweiler beat him. When Peyton Manning had that neck thing, and I mean, I know he started the Super Bowl, so it's not like we haven't seen things like this happen before. It's just Jarrett Stidham. We've seen how he had played. We got a glimpse of Brock Osweiler when he was with the Broncos that made us go, "Wow, he's got a rocket arm." We've seen Stidham be a starter, so it's just a little bit more defeating, unfortunately.
If I want to put on my conspiracy hat for a second. There's no fucking way the league allows Jarrett Stidham to go to the Super Bowl. Think about the storyline. If the games were fixed, right? Let's just pretend that NFL's fixed because there's plenty of people who want to say that football's fixed and fake. What better storyline would you have than Drake May snubbed for the MVP going against Matthew Stafford, the MVP in the Super Bowl? No one, you know how disappointing the Super Bowl is going to be if it's Jarrett Stidham as the starting quarterback for one of the teams. It just, I know that the league, it's not fixed, but if it was going to be fixed, there is no way in hell the Broncos are going to get a 50-50 call in this game.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you on that one, but we also saw Rex Grossman take out Drew Brees.
But he was the starting quarterback. He was the quarterback.
It's Rex Grossman. When you could have had Drew Brees versus Peyton Manning, two, that's what you could have had. You could have had the Saints versus the Colts, and then a couple years later, you could have had the Saints versus the Colts again. So, if there's a time for the fix to be in, Patriots fans, be lucky you're on the good side of the fix because yes, they do not for viewership. I don't think you want Jarrett Stidham
No.
being the AFC champion, leading the Broncos to the Super Bowl.
Could you imagine if it's Broncos with Jarrett Stidham versus the Seahawks, who have the craziest, scariest
Sam Darnold. That may go down as the least watched Super Bowl in history, of course.
Transition to the 49ers Seahawks
I like it, yeah.
I don't know how much there's to talk about with this game because I actually went to a bar. I met a buddy at a bar to watch the game. We sat down right before kickoff. I got my drink. I walked up to the bar, ordered a Guinness. By the time I got back to my seat after just getting a drink, it was 7-0. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And it was like and I look up again and it wasn't a fumble, but like they were in the end zone again. I'm like, Jesus Christ. 42 to
41-6.
41-6 final.
I'm pretty sure everybody has a similar story to that because the Broncos game went to overtime, so like the overlap happened where like you weren't ready for the pre-game stuff that NBC was going to put on, and I also had just like, that Broncos game was nuts, like Broncos Bills. So like I'm trying to get settled in to watch, and like I had gone, like I put the game on my iPad. I had gone to like get a glass of water, was like talk to Al for a little bit, then like sat down. And it was like the Seahawks had the ball and they were up 7-0. I was like, what the hell did I miss? Yeah, I was like in my mind, I'm like, how long has this game been on? I see it's got 13 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm like, in 2 minutes they scored and got the ball back. So yeah, I think everybody had a similar situation of what the hell happened. And you know, I look back and go, I understand they're rebuilding this team, but Rashid Shaheed was the best trade that Seahawks team could have done in the middle of the season. And I wish the Saints got more out of that trade because like he looks like an absolute stud over there. He's helped change their team special teams wise. And then periodically on offense, he's their deep threat. So that trade was like the move that like a lot of people were like, oh, DK went to the Steelers, splash. You know what I'm saying? Like those big names that go somewhere. Micah Parsons went to the Packers, splash. And then Rashid Shaheed goes to the Seahawks, and he's just like, oh, whatever. Like there's a 4th round wide receiver that's nothing but a special teamer. And then he does all of this for that team. You're like, well, damn, that's a perfect trade for them, honestly.
Can I offer you some pessimistic, Steve?
Of course.
I know people are like over the hill with the Seahawks, dismantling the 49ers 41-6. And I get you. It's like this team is not. People are saying juggernaut, but like this team's going to go to the Super Bowl. Like, this team has no shot to win a Super Bowl. They're wagging. Can I offer you this as a counterpoint?
Yeah.
What is the one thing we're all afraid about with the Seahawks?
Sammy D, baby.
Last year, the last memory we've seen of Sam Darnold in the playoff was him just imploding on himself and becoming a pumpkin. And even the week before, it was week 17, pumpkin Sam Darnold. The last time we saw Sam Darnold play before this, I think he had like 200 yards and he only threw like 19 passes against the 49ers. Mm-hmm. They were very scared to use Sam Darnold. They put up 41 points, but Sam Darnold completed 12 passes in this game because, granted, game script, you don't have to. Kenneth Walker, the third, crushed it. Are we sure that Sam Darnold's not really just a pumpkin with a costume right now? We're going to do like, like the Scooby-Doo where it's like, what's behind this mask? And it's just like, oh, Sam Darnold, the pumpkin. Like, are we sure he's not lurking there still?
I don't think you can do that anymore. Reason being is they don't need him to do anything.
But when they do.
Eventually, but like the Vikings needed him. The Vikings had a good defense. But they also had Justin Jefferson, right? They also had Aaron Jones, I think was their running. Like they needed to get their star players the ball. There ain't no offensive wide receiver. I'm sorry, Jackson Smith and Jigba. One guy that you just throw slants to. Is it like he's not throwing these fades to JSN. He's not like Russ throwing 40, 50-yard bombs like the old Seahawks. He's doing, now that I just said that name, he's doing exactly what Russell Wilson did his rookie year to win a Super Bowl. Just don't be the guy to lose us this game with the team behind you. So he can get away with throwing 17 passes and completing 12 of them. And one of them is a touchdown. You got one star receiver. Well, instead of it being Doug Baldwin, now it's JSN. You know what I'm saying? You got that guy. Instead of it being Marshawn freaking Lynch, beast mode, you got Kenneth Walker III. So like the team built pretty goddamn close to the way that it was for rookie Russ to go out there and just not lose it for him. A couple of years late, the next year, Russ tried to go cook, cost himself a back-to-back Super Bowl, but we're not there yet. Like let Sammy D do what he's potentially on the road of being the guy from that class. What, 5 years ago? Sorry, more than that. It was like 7 years ago. The class with Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold. Like he's the guy that has got the best chance to go to the Super Bowl right now. So what I will say is he just needs to play the way that he's been playing. Just don't be the guy to turn the ball over. Control the rock. Let your run game do what it needs to do, and make sure that your defense is stout. And this team is really damn good.
Right. Again, I'm not saying it's a guarantee he becomes a pumpkin against the Rams.
That's what you're waiting for, though.
I
hate that aspect.
Because, hey, man, can you just imagine a situation where, granted, Seahawks defense is excellent, but the Rams have a fucking savvy veteran, Matthew Stafford. They have two excellent receivers, Devontae Adams,
Puka
Nacua. Thank you. They have a pretty good run game. Like, could you not envision the situation where end of the first quarter, it's 13-0 or 10-0 Rams, and it's like, all right, we got to start moving the ball, Sammy. Like, let's go. And they're like, shit. Like, I get it. Like, in an ideal world, it's just a control the clock game, like run the ball, play good defense. But if the script flips, where's the Seahawks team?
We're about to find out, but they've had that chance 17 games and they're 16-3. 19 games and they're 16-3.
Yeah, we're not afraid of regular season, Sam. That's not what we're worried about.
I get it. I hate the narrative of let's wait because like it could potentially happen. I'm over it, and I think Sam is exactly what he is right now. Like he can. I don't need him to go out there and spin it for 350 and 5. I just need him to control the ball. Don't fumble. A pick, like you said earlier, that you can kind of regain momentum from a pick. It's almost like a punt in some situations. 3rd and 12, you throw a pick and it gets the ball down to the opposite 25. Whatever. Like that still shows up in the stat line. A fumble, that's different because they get the ball exactly where you drop the rock, and that he cannot have. He cannot allow that to happen. My goodness,
I don't want to spend too much time on the Niners, but like it just felt like the wheels were falling off.
Yeah,
like as we're heading to the finish line, just too many injuries. Like football is a weird sport. I feel like football is a weird sport in the fact that like the champions never. I don't want to say never, but the champions not always necessarily the best team. It's like who can be good enough and stay healthy. Like who can get some injury luck, because like the 49ers are just a team that guys were dropping left and right. It wasn't happening anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm also kind of like weary about Brock Purdy yet, but he also doesn't look right. Obviously, he's battling off his own midseason injuries, but at some point, the 49ers are gonna have to come to a point that he's a lot smaller than I thought he was. He's like, it seems like he's a 5'10" quarterback.
How tall is he? Do you know?
It probably list him at 6 feet, but like he was lined up against like somebody, and I was like, what? You're shorter than your wide receivers? I think he was like,
he's listed as 6'1".
I don't think he's 6'1", unless like Kendrick Bourne and Jennings. I don't know. It's not Greg Jennings, the other dude. Juwan Jennings. Unless Juwan Jennings is 6'5", which I don't think he is. Like he looks small up against those, and that catches up to you. Small quarterbacks. Injuries involved, like we see Kyler Murray, that he's just not the same as he was when he was at Oklahoma. Over time, that athleticism that you have catches up to you when you keep getting injured. So I don't know how this is going to cater towards it. And CMC did everything he could to be an MVP this year. Sucked that he got his ass whooped for 17 games because he didn't miss a single one. Good for him, but
Crazy.
He earned this little rest. I know you don't want to get sent home early, but you earned your off-season rest with what he did this season. So big shouts to him for showing up to work every week.
Juwan Jennings is 6'3", just a little.
Okay. He still looks small, like a lot, like right next to him. I was like, that dude looked like he looked like Kyler Murray size.
Texans, Patriots playing the Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Let's start with the reason why the Patriots won the game. It's one reason alone. CJ Stroud.
Yes.
4 interceptions in the first half alone. And while he threw 4 picks, and it sounds terrible, it probably could have been more.
Yeah.
Just based on some of the passes he made and like some drops, and Patriots guys couldn't get to the ball. It's possible that we've seen peak CJ Stroud in his rookie year. And I'm in the belief that we are seeing the Texans' effect on CJ Stroud. And what I mean by that is the Texans had another quarterback when they first started their franchise in David Carr, older brother Derek Carr. And he was under duress so much and sacked so much in that first year. I think he set the record. And we've seen CJ Stroud this year under duress that it starts to mess with your head as a quarterback. Like there's so much processing that needs to happen in a split second as a quarterback. You can't be thinking about pressure. You can't be thinking about what's going to happen to me in 2 seconds. You have to just go with the mechanics, have great footwork. And I feel like if you look at what CJ Stroud's been doing over the past year, especially in this playoff game, it's just breaking down for him. Like the footwork's not there. He's sometimes feeling pressure that's not there as well, and just getting rid of the ball. I just feel like this is a quarterback at this point in CJ Stroud that has completely lost his mojo, completely lost his confidence. And I'm hoping it comes back, because I want to see people succeed. But there becomes a point in time where like you train yourself to do these things because you've been seeing it for so long. And it's going to take a little bit to undo this. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, we got some offensive line help next year. It's going to be great. Like, he needs to retrain his brain and not be like so concerned about this pressure thing.
Great coach, great GM, terrible staff. What I mean by that is, I think that the head coach that's there right now is DeMeco Ryan, correct?
Yes.
Great head coach, and he's led to, he's had this team be one of the most explosive defenses that the league's seen. So like I'm not going to knock on that. Great GM. They've hit on a lot of draft picks. Stingley, Anderson, Stroud, Nico Collins, like they've hit on a lot. Wody Marks, they've hit on a lot of draft picks. Terrible organization and staff because they're not finding a way to fix the problem. We said this in the offseason. Why the hell did they not draft a single offensive lineman in the first 2 or 3 rounds? Like you need to surround this guy with better blocking, as he's breaking records for most sacks taken, in the first 2 or 3 years of his career. That builds up. Look at Joe Burrow starting to break down. Also, the biggest problem, why I say it's an organization issue, 4 offensive coordinators in 3 years. There's no stability as a quarterback when you don't get into your groove to week 7 or 8, because there's no preseason anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like the first 7 games, you're figuring out what the hell your offensive coordinator likes to call. And we're seeing this happen up in Philadelphia. They got a Super Bowl out of it, thankfully, because they had a defense that carried them to a championship and then one explosive game with Jalen Hurts. Like it can happen. But CJ Stroud having 4 offensive coordinators in 3 seasons, that's not good. That goes to show you the inconsistency behind it, where he had a great rookie year and then his coordinator left. Like they're trying to find what they did that year because that guy you let walk out the door to go coach somewhere else. Like so now you bring in all these other inept offensive coordinators that have a vanilla ass offense and no blocking scheme. Like they ain't blocking like the dudes up in New England used to. I don't know what the old guy's name was. I can't remember. But like they had like a designated offensive line guru. They don't have that, where like they have these incredible schemes. He's getting his ass whooped in the backfield. A lot of these turnovers, I'm not going to say that it's not on him, but a lot of these turnovers are times where he snaps the ball and he has to go, what the hell is already in front of me? And he's going to force a pass. Like there's a clip that has circled around all season of him taking a snap. Before he could turn around to hand the ball off, there were 5 offensive linemen blocking 1 defensive end, and CJ got hit before he could hand the ball off to the running back. That's how bad this offensive line is. So, like, yes, this was a miserable game from him, and he is the blame he's the reason why the Patriots won this game. But that Texans organization is failing him as a starting franchise quarterback by not surrounding him with the help that is needed for him to succeed as an offensive line and as a stable offensive coordinator.
I know you're going to disagree with me and probably get mad with this statement, but if you really just think about it, like take away the names and just think about production over the past 3 years. Is CJ Stroud that much different than Tua Tagovailoa?
I would say yes, because Tua's downfall is his injuries. CJ's not injured out there. He's playing.
Okay, but like when they're both healthy, are they that much different? Like Tua had one great year at the past 3 years. Like he was outstanding. But like it's just like, oh yeah, no, he'll put it together. Just some things changed. It's like we're like, oh, actually, maybe Tua's just not that good. And like, is Stroud in the similar boat where it's just like we got really hyped up and it's just like maybe Stroud isn't that good. Like he's fine, but like how much better is he than Tua?
I mean, there's elite, second tier, and everybody else is Kirk Cousins. He's in the Kirk Cousins. That's where I would put him with. He's not bottom tier quarterback. I would take him over a lot of other quarterbacks in the league, but he's not a top tier. He's not there yet, and he's not elite either. So like he's Kirk Cousins.
So then what do we do? What do the Texans do? Because
you don't get rid of him if that's what you're trying to do.
What I'm gonna ask is, this is his third year in the league. He was a first round pick, so that means there's 4 years guaranteed rookie contract, and then you have the club option, which you have to pay. I don't know the exact number, but it's like a significant amount more money for the 5th year. And then usually, like if you know a guy is your guy, he's your franchise quarterback. After the 3rd year, it's like, let's pen to paper, let's sign you for another 4 or 5 years to get a big deal done. Like, what do the Texans do at this point?
You sign him,
but at what number?
You sign him at the tier that you got. I'd have to go look whatever Trevor Lawrence got. That's what you sign him at. Next man up. That's just part of the game. You want to know why? Because you don't know what's out there. Were you going to hit your wagons to some random college quarterback that you don't know what you're going to get?
Fine. I get worried because then, again, we just talked about how much better is he than Tua. And the Dolphins were in the same boat, and they said, just give him the money. And now the Dolphins are looking at $80+ million of dead cap over the next couple of years. It's a tough one because if you give out that contract and it doesn't work out, you are setting your franchise back 2-3 years. And this team is in win now mode.
Tua got hurt, though. That CJ didn't get hurt.
Tua was healthy this year, though. He was healthy this year. And they were just like, fuck, this sucks.
CJ, this was his worst of the 3 seasons. Last year, 20-12, 3,700 yards. And then he had his rookie year, 4,100, 23-5. So it was just this year. This year, he's been bad. But in order for you to fix that, we saw the offensive line issues that they had last year, and they should have made some type of adjustment. They just chose to not do that. And then ran it back and was like, oh, we're going to expect different results with the exact same offensive line. Like, make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't. So I'm not going to, if I'm a GM, you can't you better pay him because you have no idea what
him this year.
No, you wait to see what he does next year, but you have to. You can't just be like, nah, we're going to let him go or trade him. Because he will be the first thing. He will go for first round draft picks, and then he'll go flip a franchise because he'll go to somebody with more structure.
It's gonna be weird. I hate how I feel about the Patriots because they're doing the thing. They're winning games in every step of the way, and I know it's gonna piss off Patriots fans. It just feels like there's an asterisk. Like we knew the Chargers were in a complete disaster state with their offensive line and Herbert's injury. Their defense, the Patriots defense played excellent in that game. Patriots defense played excellent again this game, but again, we are saying that the reason why the Patriots won is not because the Patriots defense was outstanding and just this, steel curtain defense, but it's because CJ Stroud was awful.
So bad.
Drake May wasn't he was fine, but he wasn't good. 4 fumbles, 2 lost, and an interception. Like He has 3 turnovers in this game. Could have been more.
Yep.
And this is like the opposite of Josh Allen, where it's like, yeah, Josh Allen had all those turnovers and his team wasn't great, and he had, Bo Nix didn't throw up on himself. Drake May wasn't good, but luckily the Texans were fucking awful.
Worse.
The Patriots move on, and I still don't feel great about the Patriots. I think they're a good team, but like, should they be in the AFC Championship game right now? I don't know. And guess what? They're playing Jared Stidham. They could be in the Super Bowl, and we'll be like, this is ridiculous. Like, this team could just find themselves in the Super Bowl because everyone on the opposite side of them is just a complete disaster.
That's the AFC without Mahomes. So, I mean, look, they're taking advantage of their situation. Their window's open, and they're walking through it. So that's just how it is.
Can we just take a quick break? That needs to be the Patriots slogan for this entire year. We're taking advantage of the situation because we clown on their regular season opponents. We're clowning on the situation they found themselves in the playoff. They keep winning because everyone's just like, you want to win? You want this W? And they're like, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had the league's easiest schedule, like literally win percentage wise, the league's easiest schedule. Just happened to luck out that they won while having the league's easiest schedule because some teams could lose.
They're good. By the way, they're not a bad
team. They are good.
We
have established here that the Patriots are a good team.
Good team.
They just are getting a really good deal with their situation, with the Herbert injury and the essentially Chargers just being dog shit because of the Herbert injury. Like
playing the offensive line. Right,
man,
disaster.
Literally couldn't throw the goddamn ball. Then they get this weird snow game that you also turned the ball over 4 times and won. So, like, I can't say it's luck. You just happen to score more off of their turnovers than they scored off of yours, right? Keyshawn Boutte makes that crazy one-handed catch. If he misses that, like, it's still a one-possession game after the Texans gave you the ball 4 times. This ain't even including when Woody Marks fumbled. Right, like they turned the ball over, I think 5 or 6 times total. So like they had the chance to also lose that game until that one-handed catch. You're like, all right, I don't think that the Texans come back from this. So I can't say that they're not in a spot where they're going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl just because of where the Broncos are without Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix plays that game. You go,
taking Broncos.
Yeah, they have to play a much more cleaner and a perfect game without Bo Nix out there because we haven't seen Stidham throw a pass in 3 years. You go, well, the Patriots could play ugly and win just like they did right here.
I would love after these games. I'm going to have you guess the lines again for the games next week because there's some interesting ones.
It's probably 3.5 Patriots now.
I'll let you know. You can get. You want to know now?
Yeah,
3.5 Patriots is your prediction.
Yeah,
I checked before the show. It was -5.5 Patriots.
That's insane. So they're expecting a blowout. They're expecting to win by a touchdown, non-competitive.
Yeah.
Because what that could be is 24-10. They score a touchdown late.
Yeah,
and that's blow. You know what I'm saying? That's a blowout essentially. Still 24-10 is still blowout in the playoffs. Crazy.
It's tough because like I want to have some finality on the Patriots and how I feel about them this season. But I just don't know where to put it yet. Like again, there's 2 things you could say. The Patriots dominated this game against the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots weren't dominant against the Texans.
Yes.
There's a
good statement. I like the way that you said that. Yes.
You don't walk away being like, "Damn, that's a great team." You walk away be like, "They beat the shit out of them," but like, what was the special thing they did?
Play defense. They play great defense, but they also. That quarterback on the other side made it much easier for them to play great defense.
Yes, exactly. You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
There was some throws that, like, I texted. I was like, what the hell happened to C.J. Stroud? Like, what was he looking at? He threw an interception to one of the tight ends that, like, the ball was, like, 5 feet behind him. And I was like, oh, you're a professional quarterback. How? But
I guess to be fair to the Patriots offense, like, yeah, Drake May, not great. 3 turnovers. Could have had more. That was probably they play the Broncos next week.
Also, a huge thing that isn't talked about much. Drake May took 5 sacks. That's
big.
You cannot let against Denver. You can't let that happen. We talked about picks.
Yeah.
You can't let Denver's defense get to you 5 times because that's going to be a huge problem.
This is what worries me, actually, I'm thinking about because I was going to say this and I backtracked. I was going to say did not play well. That offense was not well. Drake May didn't play well. But they played against one of the best defenses in the league. So, like, you could see how it wasn't a great game. However, then I start thinking, all right, take that statement about how he didn't play well against one of the best defenses. And I'm looking, you're playing the Broncos, potentially the best defense in the league. And then if you win that game with the Super Bowl, you play the Seahawks or the Rams, two also really good defenses, especially if it's the Seahawks. It's like, you can't just be okay and fumble the ball and away against great defense, because those other teams can also put up points, except for the Broncos with Stidham. But the point being, if they make it a Super Bowl, you're going to have to step it up offensively because, again, you're going to play that really tough defense. 28 points ain't going to cut it, especially when a lot of them come over off of the turnovers.
Yeah. That's tomorrow's problem, though, for them. They're not worried about that right now. They're worried about Denver.
You want to talk about the best game of the weekend?
Of course.
Rams Bears, man. I got a text from you like 9:30 at night. Sorry I didn't respond. Just like, Caleb can't keep getting away with this.
You can't keep getting away with this.
Right after the fourth and 12 or something. That was more like a 4th and 50 because he like rolled out 30 yards.
That was when I texted you that. It was that play.
Yeah, I know that was that play. That was insane.
4th and 6, and he scrambled to his 40 backwards and threw a dart as a fadeaway jump shot to the back left corner of the end zone. Defensive back played that terribly, by the way. But the fact that they still were able to get that play to happen was one of the craziest plays I have ever physically watched. Like, you see replays and you go, oh, that's top 10. But when you watch something like that live, I was in the middle of doing my walk. I was walking on the treadmill, and I'm like, there's no way. I almost woke up everybody in the house like, get the out of here. Like, how? How did he make that pass? But the feast or famine that you get, it's essentially his rookie year extended. So that's what I look at this. Last year was a joke with what they had in Chicago with it for him. This year you get a structured coach, a little bit more. And Ben Johnson, you saw those glimpses of, wow, he can be great. He could be an MVP. He could be a Super Bowl winning quarterback if he hones in those turnovers that most rookie quarterbacks have. And he did that. He did I can make this flashy play and make the crowd go. Chicago was going bananas last night. That stadium was rocking. And he was just making play after play. And then he would show those signs of, oh, that's rookie Caleb right there. Took a sack right here. Oh, threw a pick right there. 2nd and 6, you're in technically field goal range, run the ball, and throws an interception that cost him the game. Like, those are the things that you take the good with. You have to take the Brett Favre good with the bad right now, because you can fix those things, right? Like, you can fix right in this situation. You don't have to be as aggressive. I understand that you are a gunslinger. Let's take the check down or, run the ball, throw the ball away. Caleb, the game is on the line here. Ben Johnson can fix and hone that. So I'm not worried whatsoever. Proud of what Chicago was able to do. I said they were a good team. You were like, no, they're not. And I was like, they played pretty good. I didn't say they were going to be this good. I didn't think they were going to be the number 2 seed in the NFC with a chance to go to the NFC championship.
Again, I didn't say they were not good. I think they'd be a frisky playoff team. I didn't have them as like.
No. I'm talking about when we talk about win shares at the beginning of the season.
Oh, okay.
I think they put, like, Vegas had them at like 7. I was like, I was like, no. Ben, that is a 10-win team, and you were like, no chance. Like, there's just something about getting Ben Johnson that makes me think that you can win an extra 2 or 3 games, and they did. They had miraculous wins that you can't like bank on all year. This is what the Commanders did last year.
Not yourself.
This is what they did last year with Jaden Daniels, where they won those impossible games at the end, and that may catch up to you. But like, that's not what this was. This was just a bad turnover at the wrong time, which is why they lost this.
Yeah, I mean, he's just too sloppy, man. It's got to be better if they want to actually take the next step. And maybe this is a dumb statement, but like, I know you were hyped about that, game tying play, and it worked. But that shit was stupid. Like, You should like any professional quarterback shouldn't be playing the quarterback position like I would be playing as a 12-year-old. That's like Madden shit when you're 12. Like I'm gonna roll back in the pocket 30 yards. Like that's just it's not smart. I know it worked, but like even the plays that do work, that's gunslinger. It's like, dog, we can we just play normal quarterback and like if you want to scramble, like do some Mahomes shit where like you're just under control. It's just he's awesome. Like I don't have any doubt that he's gonna be a good quarterback, Caleb Williams. But it's just it's the recklessness. Like I need him to be more. And again, this is a hard standard, but like more Mahomes-esque. We're like, hey, I'm moving around, I'm doing shit, but like I'm fully in control of everything at all times. And when I see Caleb Williams, it's like I'm gonna do some stuff, but I don't feel like he's in control half the time.
This is rookie Caleb, though. You
it's
have
second year quarterback too. So,
but
like,
you can't even say like his last year was his rookie year because I think they changed coordinators. I think 2 or 3 times his rookie year. Like that's stupid. I think he had 2 head coaches and 2 coordinators his rookie year. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like they fired the coach, brought in the interim, fired off his coordinator, brought in an interim his rookie year. So like that's a throwaway for me this year. And the reason why I know that he has the ability to hone this in overtime. Sorry, in overtime to get them into position. He hit 2 incredible slants across the middle and cover 2. Like saw that the wide receiver to the right is running a slant. I think it was DJ Moore, most likely. He's running a slant, and then the linebacker came up, and he's like, "Oh, cover 2, easy, over the middle." Then the next play, Troy Aikman was like, "Hey, this space is going to be wide open if he throws it here. Do it right there." And it's like that's how you know he has it. It's just in that scenario of 2nd and 6. That's when Ben Johnson needs to be right here. Caleb, it's 2nd and 6. If the deep ball is there with it being single coverage, take it. But if it's not, throw the ball away. We're in field goal range. Not I right wiggle 265. No. Like forget the play call. You gotta hone your rookie in that situation.
The Jared Goff treatment.
I mean, I don't know what they did, but if they told me,
do you remember Jared Goff and the Rams back in the day with Sean McVay?
I know that they went to the Super Bowl, but what do you mean?
So when they went to the Super Bowl, this was like a known thing. That, I don't know if everyone knows this, listening or watching, but, the green dots on the helmet means that there's a communication device. So, like, you can hear the coach is speaking to you. And when Jared Goff was with the Rams, he got a lot of, verbal stuff from Sean McVay about, like, hey, situation, like, look here. He's basically telling him.
I know you're going with this. Yes, I did hear this.
And with the green dots, one thing to know is, like, there's 24 seconds on a play clock, or 30 seconds, right? 40? 35 seconds. When it gets down to 14 seconds, the mics all cut off. Like, so you're on your own. And the funny thing was what the Patriots did when they played the Rams in the Super Bowl is they know that you can't snap the ball when there's substitutions going on. So, like, if an offensive player comes out, you're allowed time to substitute a defensive player coming in. So the Patriots would strategically substitute in ways that burn time off the clock. So by the time it was ready to snap the ball and like Jared Goff had to read the field,
it's too late.
It was too late, and the communication was cut off. So Jared Goff was on his own.
That's such a Bill Belichick thing.
It was a really smart play to like be like, oh, this is really how you're carrying your quarterback, like telling him what to do. Good luck, because he's going to be on an island now in the biggest game of his life.
Yeah, and it showed, but. I didn't know that. I knew that. I didn't know what the Patriots were doing. I knew that was a thing with Jared Goff and the communication. But that's what I'm jokingly saying in that situation as Ben Johnson. He's also a rookie head coach, so he's going to learn, right? He's going to learn things about his quarterback that he didn't know. In that situation, it's not calling the play and whatever it is, I'll right waggle $23 right on 4-on-4. Like, no. It's Caleb. It's 2nd and 6. Take the check down if it's there. Throw it deep, but overthrow it. Everybody throw it in the stands if you can. If your guy's not wide open, live to play 3rd down, run the ball. We kick the field goal. We go to the NFC Championship. That's what he needed to do in that situation. Instead, he called a left post with a slot go, and DJ Moore decided to be like, well, this isn't the route for me. And he threw it to him.
That's another thing. Like, this offense that Ben Johnson has put in is pretty complicated. It's one of the more sophisticated offenses. There's a lot of like read routes and option routes for the wide receivers. It did seem like him and Caleb Williams, I should be more specific, and his receivers were on the same page. There was at least one interception that was shown on the highlights where DJ Moore just like ran a different route or like stopped running the route fully. Like Caleb wanted to cut it short because of the defender, and DJ Moore was on a different page and kept running it longer, and it was like an easy pick for the Rams. So like again, more years in this offense with Ben Johnson. Like I think Caleb will get better, and I think there'll be more cohesion between the wide receivers as they start to catch on with the little intricacies of the play calling.
Well, Rome's going to be the one moving forward. This game proved it. Love DJ Moore and what he could do, but Rome is going to be and Colston Loveland. They're going to find other people around those guys.
Colston, he got hurt in the game as well, I believe. So losing him did hurt their offense as well.
Mm-hmm.
On the Rams side, they were our like wagon juggernaut for so long, and they've been just kind of lived just another week. They're just winning, but it doesn't feel convincing, Right. Like we see the Seahawks dominate, and they're playing the Seahawks next week, and the way the Rams have approached the past 4 or 5 weeks, it just doesn't feel convincing. I don't think they're the same team as earlier in the year, and it just feels very like they might make the Super Bowl. Who knows? But like, I don't feel as good as I did about the Rams. I did, week 11, week 12, week 10.
Yeah, Stafford's hurt though, so we have to, unfortunately, we don't like to always just bring up injuries as an excuse, but he is hurt on his throwing hand, like I don't know if it's a broken finger, but like it's pretty bad where it hurts the way that he throws. So we have to take that into accountability. Devontae Smith going down with like 6 weeks left didn't help because that allowed people to key in more on Puka. That's just part of what you can do. And I think Kyron Williams has done his best to be, the lead back. I think he's decent, but we see that they split between him and Blake. So at the end of the day, if they can control the ball and limit turnovers, which Stafford is no longer that guy, right? Like his Detroit days were like that. His Detroit days were like Caleb Williams. Throw for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, but have 3 picks, and one of them was at the end of the game. That was a Stafford line. Since he's been with McVay, he's been to a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl, and a potential MVP candidate. So, like, the man doesn't need to do the 400 yards, 4 touchdowns to impressive win. He's just going to get here to his team in a spot that goes, oh, hey, well, look, we have a chance to win this game, and that's what he's doing right now. So, shouts to them for lasting as long as they have with the magical run of the Bears going on. Like they were the next team in line to get hit with what the hell is going on in Chicago, and they were able to withstand that, right? Like the miraculous 4th down pass, they get them into overtime. They couldn't score on their drive. Chicago gets it, and then they get the turnover that puts them in position for Matthew Stafford to make that incredible pass to Devontae Smith. The Bears stupidly blitz off of the corner. We don't got to go too technical, but like for those that didn't watch it, like I was losing my mind on that 3rd and 4 where they threw it to Puka Nacua in the slot because the corner is sitting there like, hey, Matt, I'm blitzing just to let you know.
Yeah, quick read right there.
I'm blitzing. And it's like, well, if you're double teaming Davante Adams, who just made that catch,
you got one high on Puka, so it's open.
Yeah, you look and you go, okay, well, if I'm Matthew Stafford and this corner, this dumbass that's not disguising it, he's literally saying, hey, Matthew Stafford, I'm blitzing, but I'm over Puka. So my coverage guy is 15 yards back. He's the safety. He snapped the ball and just threw it to him. Like, he didn't do it like a 3rd down situation with the game on the line. You're usually like, oh my goodness, my heart is pumping. Matt was like, is that hot? He just threw it to him. Like, dude, you can't be that dumb. Like, I get it because I was corner. When they called corner blitz, I was ready. But I was like, I have to make it seem like I'm in cover 2. I can't just let this quarterback know that I'm blitzing. The dude was like screaming and jumping. I'm blitzing, Matt. I'm on my way. And he's just like, all right, cool. Snapped it and just threw it right where he was. And I was like, dog, the game's on the line. Like, you just lost a chance to go to the NFC Championship because your dumbass couldn't hold in that you were blitzing.
I don't think anyone's had a more passionate take against cornerbacks than a former quarterback.
That was a black eye as a defensive back. Like the one thing you can't do is let them know that you're on your way. And he did that. And I was like, well, I mean, shouts to you for wanting to blitz. But they'll never call that play again for you.
You got to guess the previous line, Patriots and Broncos. What do you think the line is for Rams at Seahawks next week?
This has got to be close because both defenses are good. Both offenses can be explosive. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Seattle 2.5.
Seattle 2.5.
Let's go. I'm starting to understand this betting thing.
Great call.
Starting to get it.
Great call. That gets through all 4 games. It only took us an hour and 15 minutes.
I think that was good.
Not bad.
Good.
That was not.
Really
you're
good.
Like, should we do college football or something else? I'm like, we're talking football, man. We can have time to get to college or anything like that. By the way, it's
we can talk
10-0 right now.
Yeah,
10-0 right now. All right, you want to hit closing takes up?
Get it.
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment, 2 takes. Go.
All right, closing takes. Chance for me and D to get off one last take. It could be about the topics of today. It could be about any sports topic we want, pop culture, anything in the world. I'm going to take us off. I had 2 today. I decided to take the one that came to me last minute, so I have one for next week as well. So random that I saw this before the show. I'm going to guess the answer is no. But did you see anything about the Senegal-Morocco game?
No.
Okay, it's the other footy. So they were playing in the championship game. They were playing in the championship game this weekend of the Africa Cup of Nations, which is basically like, they have the Euro with all the European countries playing against each other. The African Cup of Nations is like, every country in Africa gets to have a representative when you play for your country. So it's Morocco versus Senegal. Weirdest fucking game I've ever seen. So Morocco's host nation. So it's Senegal at Morocco, basically. And a couple things happened. Number one, it was just mayhem this whole game. Moroccan ball boys were trying to steal the towels and successfully stealing the towels of the Senegalese goalkeeper. So it was raining out. So goalkeepers have towels to dry their gloves in between. So Moroccan ball boys were going and stealing his towels, and it got to a point where the Morocco backup goalkeeper, the Morocco backup goalkeeper was just standing at the side of the goal with a towel, just throwing him the towel. They got to the point where Senegalese ball boys were tackling the Morocco backup goalkeeper on the sideline. I kid you not, and trying to rip towels out of his hand. And they were fighting behind the goal over towels. So at the end of the game, it's tied 0-0, so 0-0 in the extra stoppage time. And there's a card in the box against Senegal. And I don't think it was questionable at all. I watched the replay. Not questionable at all. Senegal is all up in arms. This is bullshit. You guys are rigging the game against us because it's at Morocco. The manager calls them off the field before the penalty kick. They all go to the locker room. It's 0-0. No one's on the field. You can't take the penalty kick because the goalkeeper is not in the goal. The officials had to go to the locker room and pull them out to take the penalty kick after 15 minutes. The goalkeeper is fucking with the PK kicker and kicking the ball as he's trying to put it on the dot. Finally, the kick that takes the PK kick because it's this decides the game. If it goes in, the game's over.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking misses it.
Ah!
Fucking misses it. It goes to extra. Senegal eventually wins this game. And I saw something else afterwards, which I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently someone died.
Jesus.
From the Senegalese staff because Moroccan fans beat the shit out of someone from Senegal after during the match.
This is a hell of a
that works. The Moroccan fans beat the hell out of someone who worked for the Senegal team because they were pissed about the towel thing. And they had to carry him on a stretcher.
My goodness.
And this was the championship game of Africa. Fucking insane.
How the hell were you even watching this?
I was getting like little like clips on Reddit of like things that were going on. I'm like, wait, what is going on with this match? And I like went back and like watched some of it, put it all together. It was just like the craziest. Soccer is weird, man. People who like soccer, like the zealots, are just insane people that would murder people for their club.
Yeah, miss me with that.
That's my closing take.
I mean, I don't know if I could top something like that. Mine isn't as brutally annoying to listen to. Joking. I got one that's decent. I think rivalries can be saved in the NBA. And I think there's two guys that are doing their best to say, look, you know what? It's our league, and we're going to try to drive the competitiveness back.
Victor and Chet?
No, close. Victor and Ant-Man. Dog, when the Timberwolves play the Spurs, it's insane. The Spurs in the Thunder, we can see that rivalry growing, right? Stephon Castle can't stand Shea. The whole background between Wembanyama and Chet. Did you hear about that? Did you tell me about that, or did I hear about it?
They legit hate each other.
Yes. You know why?
They've been playing since they were like 16 against each other.
Yes. There was a youth 16 and under Olympic nationals tournament that Chet won MVP when Wembanyama was whooping his ass, but Chet's team won, so they gave it to Chet. So Wembanyama literally has been holding that grudge since he was 16 years old. Good for him. Right, I love that. But what we saw, I don't know if you watch it, the Saturday game between Minnesota and San Antonio, Ant went off of 55, and like an impressive. I'm either dunking on you, I'm pulling up and hitting the mid range, I'm shooting from three. Like the dude was trying to carry his team and to lose in overtime, by 3, and then the Wemby was also going off 39 and 9, like. That's the NBA basketball that's going to save viewership and the league if people can hitch their bandwagons to those two teams. I'm a Lakers fan. I hate the fact that LeBron's still there and whatnot. Luka kind of has it, but Luka doesn't bring it on defense. And Wemby bring it on defense. Like we saw the Luka versus Devin Booker rivalry, and we loved that. We loved that Luka wanted to dagger the Suns. And now with Wemby and with Ant-Man, I think if they can continue to drive each other like this, you're gonna see some nasty rivalries in the West. And I love that.
Yeah, I feel like the NBA is in good hands with the next generation. Like we're mentioning Cooper Flag. Like
yeah,
they have budding young stars in the league who are entertaining. Maybe not Cooper Flag. He doesn't seem entertaining, but like Wemby, entertaining. Ant-Man, entertaining. SGA, excellent, but not entertaining. But like they are some budding young stars. Like the league's in good hands for the next 10, 15 years.
Cooper just took down the Knicks.
Yeah. With Jalen Brunson. And it wasn't even close.
No, they blew him up by almost 30.
The Knicks are in a weird space right now. I think that's what I said. They're 2-11 on the road this year. Yeah.
Hey man, I love me some football, but I'm curious to see where the second half of this basketball season is going to go after the All-Star break.
I can't wait for us to just talk basketball all day.
I know. We still got 2 more weeks of football. The girls say, "How much longer until football's over?" Like it ain't over yet.
It's getting there, man. We have 2 weeks and we have a week off of football. It's Super Bowl week. Speaking of getting off, we are out of here. Great show today, D. Love talking football with you. You need to get the people out of here, right? Do your thing, buddy.
Let's do this. Thank y'all for being in here, listening and watching. We couldn't appreciate it anymore. If you want to catch us next day, you can find us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can find us on YouTube Live. You can find us on Facebook or even on Twitch. @Frizzy_Frizz5. If you want to hit your boy up, you can like, subscribe, follow, all that good jazz. You can also find us on our website, frizzandthegrizz.com. No new gear, but maybe one day we'll send some hoodie for you guys. Maybe we do something like that. Please make sure to be a friend. Say something nice. You never know what it could do for someone. Make sure to take care of y'all mentals. Please make sure to take care of y'all physicals. It's about to snow here in North Carolina this weekend. My goodness, take care of y'all chicken, take care of y'all children, and we'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.
The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.